I have a Swachh Bharat story for you. So I was coming back from my jog and I see these two guys peeing in the dark alley next to IF Block Market. They're peeing right in front of me as I'm passing through. So I say, stop peeing here. They're like, yeah. So I wait a moment and this guy's still peeing while the other's zipping up. Now this is like my regular route, right? And it's our fucking colony's pedestrian track. So I say again, don't pee here. Slightly higher voice than before. This guy comes towards me and says, "Tu janta nahi main kaun hu?" His thick Chart or Gujar accent. He's so up close I can smell the alcohol in his breath. I'm thinking this is so fucking stereotypical. So I'm like, this is right before you're gonna say, "Tujhe pata nahi mera baap kaun hai." He catches hold of my collar and before I know starts to rip my shirt off like slapping me on the face. So my specs fly off and he continues to hit me. I was like shocked because it happened all of a sudden and I couldn't see much. His friend keeps yelling for him to stop, all the while gripping me, holding me down. So I'm desperate, I start to hit back. Creates a commotion. 3 of his other friends hear the scuffle and come rushing in. I break free, I run. Unfortunately, I stumbled and fell to the ground. And these guys pounced on me, raining me with kicks and blows. I curled up to save myself. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a guy shouts out, "Hey, what's happening here?" They all bolted. They drove off in their white Swift. Yeah. Swachh Bharat.
So there's a mango tree here. I want this to fall this way. So the idea is to cut a wedge this side, and then the level where this wedge is, you want it like an inch higher on this side. That way it'll
Fall this way.
It'll be kind of forced to fall that way, unless it's very windy or something.
Cool.
So here you want to start a little bit higher, like here. And you cut at an angle. If you cut straight, it's going to be hard and you might break the machete. So you always want to cut it at an angle.
Whoa. Is it a complete thing? Or just digging in like this with this end?
Don't go from the end, go from the...
This?
Yeah.
Okay.
The flat part.
Whoa, yeah.
And yeah. And you can move around. Give it a push. Alright, that should do it.
Here we go.
And then the top portion, the top like 8 feet is pretty useless for building. Too immature.
And these are dying anyway?
Yeah, they've all caught this disease, yellow leaf on top.
Oh, the yellow leaf, huh?
Yeah, all of these are.
And these are not meant for this wetlands?
Well, in the sense that you have to dig these big channels to to keep too much water from coming to the Reykjavik, and that leads to a lot of soil erosion. And you're basically during the monsoon you're trying to avoid water, which is not really a ecologically sound thing. It leads to if you do that at a large scale, a little bit is fine, but in a large scale, if a lot of people do it, which is happening now, then you end up having floods in the monsoon and drought in the summer, which is obviously not what you want.
Because of?
Because you're trying to, in the monsoon, instead of holding the water, you're trying to drain it away so your cash crop will survive. So that leads to, all that water will then flow into rivers, and then that causes floods in the monsoon. And since you're not storing the water, summertime you get drought. So if you go paddy here, then you're keeping a lot of water here, and then that slowly goes into the soil. So that's less floods in the monsoon and more water saved for summertime.
Rice flour roasted.
Yeah, rice flour not too fine, not too coarse.
Oh, so you then stuff it into this. That's put, chicken curry, bananas, and some homemade peanut butter.
Wow, looks like a toilet.
I hope to inaugurate it soon.
So this, we can tie, I think we can tie multiple. So all right next to each other. So this is all paddy. This was all paddy. They harvested it a month ago. So the harvest is finished. So this is like a harvest festival, I think. Especially organic. He's done a lot of organic paddy cultivation, traditional varieties.
इसके पहले कहाँ थे आप?
बॉम्बे में।
वहाँ क्या कर रहे थे?
कर सर्विस का,
हाँ।
सर्विस का करता था।
हाँ।
अभी हो गया, अभी 8 महीने हो गए इधर अभी।
हाँ।
लेकिन बॉम्बे एकदम मैं बोला अभी बॉम्बे रिटर्न नहीं जाएगा ऐसे बोल के आया मैं इधर। लेकिन इधर एडजस्ट होने को भी बहुत टाइम लगता है अभी, क्योंकि अपना 15 साल से इधर कोई टच नहीं है। गाँव भी अब नया जैसा लगता है, लोग भी नया हो गया ऐसे हो गया। अभी वापस ऐसा लगता है, वापस मैं सोच रहा कि वापस जाऊँ क्या बॉम्बे, क्योंकि लाइफ मतलब मेरे लाइफ का आधा टाइम तो उधर ही था। 15 साल वाला तो ज़्यादा टाइम था।
तो ऐसा क्यों लगा आपको 15 साल बाद कि वापस आना है?
तो वही बोला ना, गाँव का याद तो आता ही है अपना। पैदा इधर ही हुआ, मतलब 19 साल तक इधर ही रहा, बाद में गया। तो थक गया वो शहर का लाइफ से, थक गया क्योंकि कोई मतलब नहीं क्या। तो मैं 7-6 दिन तो काम करूँ, 1 दिन छुट्टी मिलती है, फिर वही सुबह जाने का, रात को आने का, सुबह जाने का, रात को आने का, तो मतलब नहीं है। ऐसा लगता है क्या क्या जिंदगी है इधर, क्या है कुछ भी नहीं होता। सुबह उठेगा ये देखेंगे, खेती दिखते हैं, हरा हरा दिखते हैं।
पर वहाँ फिर ज़्यादा पैसे मिलते हैं, उसका फ़ायदा नहीं क्या?
पैसा, लेकिन पैसा मिलता है, लेकिन वो लाइफ खाली पैसा से नहीं होता ना, मन को भी थोड़ा खुश होना होता है।
तो अभी जैसे इतने सारे गांव में नौजवान लोग हैं जो पढ़ाई करा है, ये सब करा है, उनको क्या बोलना चाहिए?
अभी ऐसे टाइम पे मैं भी वही टाइम पे इधर से गया ना। अभी मेरे को भी बहुत लोग, मेरे कोई भी बोले तो मैं, हम लोग तो उस टाइम में समझे नहीं, समझेगा तो हम जाएगा ही। तो एक लाइफ सेटल करने को वही सब अपन जाता ही है। अब ये नया लड़के लोग हम बोले यार नहीं रे, कुछ मतलब नहीं, जाके वो थक जाएगा, वो लाइफ ऐसा है तो बोले, तो कोई नहीं सुनने वाला है। वो लोग भी जाएगा, जाके वो अनुभव से सीखता है। कहीं वैसे नहीं चिल्ला, चलो आ जाओ, खाना खाएगा, ऑर्गेनिक खाना है एकदम प्योर।
So, at what point did you feel that your green identity was something that you wanted to consciously
Transcend.
transcend? Yes,
And include is the best of.
the best way to put it. Yeah.
I think it was being here in India, and when I left the US, I was in a very anti-US mode and anti-city, anti-modernity, and I kind of romanticized the village, the traditional. That's kind of like some ways like an extreme green position. And at some point, I realized that I was reacting, that I was kind of going to another extreme, and that there are beauties in the traditional world here, but there's also a lot of problems. There's a lot of inequalities, patriarchy, caste. It's deeply ingrained. And at the same time, the city has beauties as well. I mean, it's totally unsustainable and has all these problems, major problems, but it also has a lot of beauties. It has a vitality, a diversity, a sort of richness that draws people there. And so then I started thinking that I wanted to create something new that was not a reaction to the West or to the city, but that took the best of these different worlds. The best of the city, the best of the village, the best of tradition, the best of modernity, and create something new that also doesn't have the deep problems that all of these different worlds have. The point is that I'm part of something bigger. I'm thankful also happen through other people. And I'm part of that also. And maybe that something significant happens through me.
Until then,
I just need to keep being me, being what I'm called to be.
and don't you feel that like who you are called to be keeps changing?
Yeah. I have to keep listening, keep being open, not getting too attached to any identity.
blow, trapped in concrete, became the earth once more.
सब बहुत अच्छे लगे। अच्छा सबसे बोलना है ये हमारा शौचालय है। 1 2 3
ये हमारा शौचालय है।
1 2 3 हंस के
ये हमारा शौचालय है। ये
अच्छा हंसो नहीं चल रहा है।
ये हमारा शौचालय है। ये हमारा शौचालय है।
बेटा हंसो बेटा एक मिनट हो गया चलो छोड़ो। थैंक यू।
It's more delicate than I thought. It's like my first day at driving. I'm going like right and I'm heading left. As you can see, we are making very slow but sure progress. Now how do I turn? That's how it's done. Like that. I think it just left us adrift.
Film.
Filming. Film.
What? And huh?
Oh, he wants me to.
But you are you serious? Wonder why didn't you say that the boatman has left us?
Yeah, the boatman has clearly left us. And don't worry, I'm going to be hitting shore in precisely 3 seconds. Yeah, see, he's directing me to hit the shore, and I'll make sure of that. We are going sideways, by the way, in case you didn't notice. What a panoramic shot, Sunana, I'm giving you.
Turn the boat.
Yeah, I'm turning the boat. Yeah. See, if nothing else, I can at least drift. I can drift the boat. See, I brought it to shore. Hurrah!
Oops. Let's go back.